Hello, hello, guys. Hello, welcome to Live with Jacqueline Valdez. I'm super excited to be here. So today we are talking about tips for every mompreneur. We are talking with a wonderful established businesswoman. She's about woman empowerment. She holds many hats, and I'm just super excited and honored to have her here. So let's welcome Miss Leah Diaz to the show.
Hey,
Hello, hello, beautiful.
how are you, beautiful?
I am doing very well, hanging in there.
I know.
Yes, yes. You have so many businesses going on right now. How are you managing to keep yourself nice and centered and organized and together?
Jacqueline, I'm not gonna lie, I feel all over the place sometimes, right?
Okay.
Like I do not have it all together. It's, you know what I mean? But what I do is I just try to do the best I can. That's all I can do,
Yeah.
right? So there's no like super duper like organized process for us. Like I feel like sometimes my husband and I are just winging it, to be honest with
I love it. So you fake it really well. So it's okay, everyone, to know you don't have to have it all together.
you.
It's okay
No.
to, have those moments of, oh my gosh.
Exactly. We're not too hard on ourselves. We don't take ourselves too serious. It makes each other, we make, we're flexible with each other, which in turn our kids are flexible with us. And so we just have a lot of grace in our house, you know?
I love it. I love it. That's so important to have grace, to have self-love, to, not take it too serious and just to have fun with it because every day is a new opportunity for something else to happen or to improve on stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly how I see it.
I love it so much. Yeah, I had so many people messaging me about your story when I posted that you were coming onto the show, and they saw how many things that you did, and they were like, "Oh my gracious, what an inspiration! She's a mom. She, is a business owner. She's very strong, very independent. How does she do this? This is like Superwoman."
Yeah. I have a great team. I have a
Yeah.
great team. I have my husband first, and then
Uh-huh.
my oldest daughter is almost 17, but she's like a little mini mogul in training. I mean, I feel like she could step in at any moment and do all of this,
Nice.
probably better than me, to be honest with you.
Nice.
But that's really what it is. And I mean, I just have great women that work under me. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I love that so important. Speaking of great women, hello, Samara. Thank you for tuning in. So, it is so important to have amazing women in your support system and to really encourage good energy, supportive people, and not be scared to add people to your team.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And it's a big deal for me. And it's about adding to the team, but it's really about the dynamic, right? Like people have to really fit into the same dynamic as me. Like you see me on TV and I'm a little turned up, but the truth is I like to stay right here when it comes to business.
Yeah,
And so I like to pick people that really mirror my personality type, not my skill set, my
right.
personality type, because it helps with the day. It helps just things get done better, because we all are like this the whole day. It's like, get
Yeah,
through it.
I love it. Yeah, it's good energy, good vibes. I totally agree. The same. It's been a year of uplifting people, a year of good energy people that really are on the same, path.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a rough year.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it has. Yeah. So, how have you been managing through this whole year with quarantine and COVID and everything going on?
yeah, I obviously was really, really concerned like everyone else, but my level of franticness went up because my husband is in 3 or 4 different hospitals every day.
Wow.
So I definitely had a lot of concern for him. He got COVID early in the pandemic, and thank God his symptoms were not
Yeah.
severe.
Wow.
And then my kids and I, we were just in a bubble. We really were. Like they were at home. Obviously, they were pulled out of school. And when I tell you we were creative, we learned how to do a lot of stuff.
I love it. You have to get creative. You have to really push through and, come up with unique ways of getting through difficult times.
Yeah, I'm like the arts and crafts queen now. I could do any arts and crafts project that you could ever imagine.
I love it. We might have to talk about arts and crafts sometime.
Exactly.
I love it so much. So yeah, you mentioned that you had made some TV appearances. So tell me and the viewers just about your journey and about some of the appearances that you made.
Yeah, so I mean, most recently, I was the newest cast member on Married to Medicine Los Angeles on the Bravo Network, and that was eye-opening.
Yeah.
You know, anybody that has ever been on TV or been around TV, especially in the reality world, there's really no way to describe it. It's like a heightened reality, so it's real, but it's like
Extreme.
crazy.
Yeah.
But I will say, being able to watch myself back on TV, I saw things about myself that I was like, "Oh, I don't like that."
Okay.
So it was eye-opening. That's why I say it's eye-opening. It allows you to see yourself in a way that most people don't get to see themselves. So
Yeah, that's true. You can go back, you can work on things that you need to improve, you can change things, you can really self-analyze yourself, I guess.
right, like Leah, you don't have to curse at people to get your point across. Like, let's start there.
Yeah, I definitely understand. It's hard to be under a microscope like that. Years ago, I got approached to be on a reality show regarding dancing and my pole dance journey and stuff like that. But they wanted me to talk about my enemies and to talk about, shower scenes and scenes that I was just like, I can't do that. No.
That's what I'm saying. It's like totally out of your regular comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I'm sure had it just been about dancing, you would have done it in a heartbeat. But that's not real.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I love with my talk show is a lot of people in the beginning were telling me to make it more about gossip and to get gossip from the celebrities. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have empowering, beautiful spirits, people like you who are just so inspiring and have so much words of wisdom to give and have so many different parts of you.
I appreciate that. That's a big deal. And I mean, there's a lot of that, right? There's a lot of like gossipy type things. Like, why not find a niche to give people something different? Because there's an audience for it, for sure.
Yes. And I feel like right now is such a difficult time that we need that. We need to focus on positivity, uplifting one another, being inspiring, showing people that they can get through this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. So tell me about the different businesses that you are involved with now.
Woo-wee. Okay, so let's start at, right. There's about 6 of them right now. But we'll start with my latest one. You can see my wall. I'm at my Hype Hair offices. So Hype Hair is a magazine about ethnic hair care. It really focuses on the uniqueness of Black hair and just that niche. And I just love it because I grew up subscribing to Hype Hair magazine. It's been around for 30 years. So to be able to have the privilege to kind of push the magazine forward, it's a lot of work. If you can't see with the bags under my eyes, I've been traveling so much to shoot my first covers and my features. And it's just, you can't complain because this is what I asked for. So Hype Hair is being rebirthed right now in this office in Atlanta. Right now we have a virtual shoot going on. So I was like, before I hopped on with you, I was like looking at photos, like approve, let's go, let's do it. It's just so much fun, but it's a lot of work. And then my baby, which I built from scratch, is the Girl Cave LA, which is a chain of beauty supply stores. We're going on our 7th location right now.
Ooh.
And it blows my mind. Sometimes I get emotional when I talk about it because 6 years ago when I started it, I didn't even have the confidence to run a pop-up shop. And here I am empowering other women because we have a franchise model. My first franchisee is on target to do well beyond 6 figures this year. It's just exciting.
That's so exciting. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Yes. And then we just got all things going on. My husband and I run a juice bar. We have a bar and lounge. He has a addiction clinic. So we stay busy.
Wow. That's so amazing. How do you keep current with everything and how do you keep ahead of the game?
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about, the team and the dynamic. So like right now we're shooting in Atlanta. Like I have my pulse on it a little bit, but I have an amazing woman there that is running the whole shoot. So it's really just finding like-minded, well, in my case, it ends up being women because it's the beauty industry, but finding minded women who understand my vision and have like a similar worth ethic. And that's what it is. I delegate a lot of things to people that I trust.
Yeah, that's so important. How do you find the way to trust and to be so vulnerable and to let your baby be shared with other people? That's hard to let that control go.
It's still a struggle. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But what it is that the women around me have earned my trust. And so they started off in maybe smaller capacities and they just have risen to the occasion. And so now I feel very comfortable. Like my regional manager, I think about it. She started off really just doing content for me. And she did it so well, even though it's just a small piece of the puzzle. She
Yeah.
just did it to a different level. She just always made sure it was on time and it was edited well. And I said, wow, if she takes this much care into making a 60-second video,
Yeah.
um, I can imagine how much care she would put into other things. And now she really runs my whole retail operation. I check in with her in the morning and she takes it from there. So it's trust and it's the confidence that they've built being with me for so long. And in turn, they give me confidence. So it's like an exchange, you know?
I love that. And I love that you're so huge with empowering other people and getting that empowerment from them also.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this thing about, and I mean, I don't think most women are like this. I think we just get kind of like this bad rap that, oh, women can't work together and they're
Yeah.
catty. I mean, I have a great group of women. We don't argue at all. We actually get along really well. And we do have conflict, but we resolve it and we move on. So it's I don't buy into that like women can't work together. I like empowering women. I like empowering people, period. But especially the women around me, what use does it give me not to empower them? It doesn't help me, it doesn't help them, it's not fruitful. So
I love that. That's such beautiful words. Is it's not fruitful, and it's so true because I think, like you said, there is a little bit of a bad taste that oh, women can't get along. Women are
yeah,
so catty. And I have a dance studio where my women are very supportive. We're very loving and giving, and I'm just like, these people are amazing.
yeah,
It's really important what you put out, also, for sure.
absolutely. You
Yeah,
get what you give. a
yeah.
hundred percent.
Yes, and you have such beautiful energy and such
You.
positive energy. How do you stay so positive and so just, you're really focused on your path, on your passion, and you haven't really let anyone stray you aside?
Yeah, I'm very, very grateful. And so I start my day off with gratitude. Like, I have amazing kids, I have my health, I have a roof over my head. And I think when you like acknowledge those things that in some people's worlds are like not big deals, if you compare it to what other people go through and what they're currently going through, there's no way that I can't meet the day with gratitude. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
Like I have to, how could I not be excited about what I'm doing? How could I not be happy?
yeah,
Um, I mean, just to have your health. I mean, we don't even think about it. Like so many people lost their lives, lost their ability to fend for themselves because of this virus. And so really COVID has given me a true perspective of the things to be grateful for sure.
yeah, yeah, that's true. It's the little things that we take for granted, and just it's kind of a positive thing with COVID and quarantine is just taking that time to really appreciate your loved ones, appreciate what you do have in your life, and focusing on the
Absolutely.
positivity of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because there's so many, like I said, negative things going on. And it's just like if you have your health and a roof over your head and employment, these
Yeah,
are like
huge.
huge.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that. I love that and have so much respect for you for, sharing those things. It's really important for sure.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes. So, what tip would you give some moms or even dads on how to even start your first business?
Yes. So I tell people all the time, there's no there's no right time and it's never going to be perfect, right? I think a lot of times we talk ourselves out of things. We're like, oh, this is not right. This is not right. I've had my business for 6 years and I change the website probably every 3 months. I always see something wrong with it. I always want to change it. Just start. You can fix it and roll with it as you go, right?
Yes.
And so even a lot of women ask me like, oh, how did you start off with a brick and mortar? I started small. I started with the website first. And once I had some website hits and I had some traction and felt good, like, packing up and shipping my orders, I'm like, well, let me try a pop-up shop. I didn't hop right into a long-term lease. I did a short-term lease. And so all of those little things of just jumping in, right?
Yeah.
These little small steps turned into this big thing. So I always tell people, just start. If you want to start a business, at least start an Instagram and a website first. At least do that.
Okay. I love it. Yes. Samara says, amen.
Yeah, just start.
I love it. Just start. And I'm going to take these words of advice because it makes me feel really actually good to know that you're saying it's okay that you changed your website so many times. Because when I started my show, I rebranded, I redid my colors, I redid my website multiple times. And I had a friend who was like, maybe you should just stop and wait till you decide what you want, then do it. And I was like, no, I'm just going to do it. And if I change it, I change it.
If you change it, you'll change it, and you'll look up in 6 months and want it to be a different look. And that's fine. It's okay.
I love it. It's okay.
Of course.
Yes. So what future things do you have coming up for you?
Ooh, well, right now my entire focus is on Hype Hair Magazine. So we're doing a lot of content. I mean, when I tell you this is bananas, I'm flying so much to like meet the team and meet creatives to shoot content. So I'm all in, I'm like head in,
Wow.
all things Hype Hair. So we have some new covers coming out in March, a new subscription service for the magazine because we're digital. It's just all things Hype Hair. That's everything, my life. Hype Hair everywhere, in the bathroom, in the kitchen, in the office, in the kids' room. It's just everywhere.
I love it so much. So how long does it take you to come up with a cover and to come up with like the concept and everything?
Yeah, so we do a planning meeting here in my office and we kind of throw around content. And if you can see my desk, it's crazy. I have post-it notes everywhere. And we kind of just scrap things as we go. And usually by the end of a bottle of champagne and a lunch, we got it figured out.
Weird, that's so exciting. I love it. I think it's so cool that it's always a vision that you had and a dream company and that you're a part of it now.
So exciting. It really blows my mind when I think about it. I'm like, you're the owner. You decide.
Oh, wow. So much responsibility being the owner.
Mm-hmm. A big responsibility. Pressure? I'm sorry?
You feel some pressure?
Yeah, I feel pressure to create the right content, right? Because as women, especially Black women in the hair care industry, it's just our hair is like a sensitive thing, right? That even laws have been passed around protecting our hair in the workplace. You know what I mean? And so I feel like it's my responsibility, and that's the pressure I feel to make sure I tell the story correctly. I give creatives a platform and opportunity. All of those things are important to me.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah. And it's, the hair is such a huge thing in one's identity. And some people will just say, oh, it'll grow back, or you can always get a wig, or they don't really quite understand the whole concept of, the challenges that you have gone through and, Blacks have gone through with it.
Right. Yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, like we were even throwing around ideas about discussing the Crown Act, right? That was passed here in California to protect natural hairstyles. And we're like, it's not, this is how our hair grows. It's not like some, thing that we're doing. This is how our hair grows. And so to have laws in place to protect the natural state of our hair is a little absurd, but it's a conversation to be had. And it might be a difficult conversation, but that's why Hype Hair is in place, to have those conversations and to be able to get feedback from Black women, but also other women that go through whatever struggles they go through surrounding their things. And so we can make each other better and just learn from each other.
I love it. And that's so important. The conversations need to be had.
Absolutely. Even if they are difficult, because we learn from them. Your experience is different than mine, but if we don't talk about it, I'll never understand you fully, and we won't understand each other. And so the empathy is not there if we don't have an understanding. So that's what Hype Hair is about, to forge conversations. We want to show the beauty of hair and all of those things, but it's really about pushing the envelope and having those conversations.
Oh, I love it so much. I can't wait to see the journey of your magazine.
I'm so excited too.
I know, I'm so excited. Woohoo, woohoo. So who's on the cover of your next one?
Oh, I want to tell you, but I can't. Okay, wait. So I'll give you a hint.
Okay, hint, hint, hint. Guys, you have to guess.
She is based in Atlanta and she's on television.
Ooh, okay.
She's amazing. When I just approved her cover this morning,
Oh,
and oh my God, I got butterflies. It's so vibrant. It's so beautiful. Oh my, I think viewers and subscribers are going to be floored when they see these new covers.
that's so
Amazing.
exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting, so exciting. Well, we will have to stay tuned and see.
Yes, definitely.
I'll post the information. Once your interview goes up on YouTube, it will have a link that people can go to and follow you and find information.
All right, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So we will have to keep ourselves posted. I love it so much. So have you ever written any of the content before?
Yeah, so I didn't see myself as a writer, but some of these cover stories, I felt I was so connected to the women I was interviewing, and I'm like, I want to write and so I've thrown myself in there. I have an editor that's working with me, but when a story touches you, I didn't want to hand it off to anybody, especially some of these women that I've interviewed. I'm like, oh my God, your story sounds just like mine. Or there's so many familiar themes in their stories. So yeah, I'm the owner, but I'm also a contributing writer.
I love it. Oh my
How
goodness.
did that happen? I don't know, but
another role that you do. I love it. And I totally understand. I can relate because I also am a contributing writer. I write with Sheen Magazine. And so, yeah.
That's right. Lisa told me that. How did I forget? See, that's too many things that Lisa did tell me that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So definitely writing is so much fun. I'm so excited to see some of your writing stuff too.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So I didn't jump in and do some of the more difficult pieces. I just did the interviews with the cover stories and gave my perspective. And I'm going to leave it to you professionals to do these.
I love it so much. So as a child growing up, did you know that you wanted to, be an entrepreneur and have all these businesses, or was it something that just kind of organically happened?
Yeah, so I grew up around business owners. My mom was a business owner. My grandfather was. So I didn't know that I wanted to be in business. You know what's so funny is the way I grew up, it was very regimented, and it was like, go to college and do this. But I always had a passion for the beauty industry. And so sometime, like even this weekend when I was in Atlanta and I was behind the scenes, I said, oh my God, this is what I envisioned my life. But I had like really taken what other people around me had said and kind of gotten into a career that I didn't love. And so it was a full circle moment for me in Atlanta. I was like, this is what you thought of, but you didn't know was possible, sort of. It was kind of like back here, but not up here, but now it's like in my face. So I didn't know I was going to own my own business, but I knew that this was the space I wanted to be in with beauty and being a creative.
Oh, I love it so much. That's so exciting when you have that moment of aha, and you realize, oh my gosh, this is my passion. This is where, my destiny was meant to be, and everything's unfolding and full circle.
Yep, absolutely. So I've been having a lot of those moments lately.
I'm so happy for you. I love it.
Thank you.
Yes. Was there anything else that you wanted to tell the viewers?
Man, I don't know. I don't think so. I think we talked about it all.
I love it so much. Yeah. So we have the magazine to look forward to, and then maybe some more of your writing. And I'm so excited for your cover.
Yes. Me too.
Yes. And then, what is it that you want to be remembered for?
Man, okay. So I want to be remembered as somebody who was a disruptor, like somebody who just went in and like shook things up and was always myself, just showed up authentically as me all the time. So I want people to say, you know what? I might not have liked her, but she was always who she was. She never tried to be anyone else. And I feel like that's the greatest compliment, is that people see me as who I am inside and authentically who I am. And so that's what I want to be remembered as.
Oh, I love it. And you're such an inspiration, and you are just so beautiful on the inside as well as the outside. And you are 100% just vulnerable and real. And I love that about you, is you are just here, and it's you, and it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I always say that I can only be myself. That's like, and no one else can be me. So I might as well just stay in that lane, right?
Yes, be you. I love it. And I love with the magazine, you are definitely stirring things up and definitely talking about things that need to be talked about, which is so inspirational and so needed.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Was there anyone that you wanted to do a special shout out to?
Oh, I don't know. I'll shout out my team, my Hype Hair team. Mimi Johnson, who's in Atlanta. She's the owner of Grind Pretty magazine, but we're collaborating with them. So she's doing a lot of our content in Atlanta. So hey girl, hey. And then all my editors for Hype Hair. Like, we have turned into a little mini family over these last few weeks. So I just want to shout out to all of them.
Oh, I love it so much. Yes, and important to have an important team, and they sound amazing.
They are. They really are.
It has been such a pleasure and so much fun having this conversation, really hanging out.
I know. We have to do it again. We have to.
Yes, we definitely will. We will do a follow-up, and we'll talk about some arts and crafts. I love it. We'll be like, okay, guys, bring some stuff. Join us.
Right. Popsicle sticks and glitter.
I love it. You can never go wrong with glitter. I love it. It has been so much fun and such a pleasure, love.
You too. Thank you for having me. We'll chat soon.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for illuminating the world with your presence.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lots of love.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you for tuning in live with Jacqueline Valdez, illuminating the world one voice at a time. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.